Well, welcome back to the Penn Manor Esports Gold stream. We are streaming on the Blue Channel for those of you joining us. Hello to Mr. Lloyd. Hello to LTRLYLGN. But welcome to everyone in the chat. We are looking forward to having a great game today. Penn Manor Esports Gold coming up against Knights of the LionHearted, Lancaster Catholic, and teams that are pretty evenly seated right now.
Yes, that
Now,
is
we
true.
watched last week Penn Manor kind of get rolled over by the team they were playing. It was
Yeah,
you played that game.
I played a little bit.
Yeah,
It's-
we played a little bit of that game. So tell me a little bit what what needs to happen for Penn Manor to be successful in this game?
The main thing we're gonna have to do is be able to defeat a comp with no, it's the Bastion comp. Basically, they got this one robot that can transform into a minigun or a tank. We need to be able to counter that, or else we will not stand a
So
chance.
how do you counter Bastion?
There's a couple ways. First one is to send in a more stealth and hacker related character called Sombra. She can shut off his minigun mode and all that. Another option is is to get certain heroes that can easily break down the shields protecting him and then just bombard him.
And just bombard him and bring him down. But this becomes a team effort.
Oh yes.
One of the things that Gold was struggling with early in their season was communication.
Hmm.
That's obviously going to be key in taking out someone
True.
to get down something like a Bastion, right?
Yes, it will be very hard.
So Bastion's considered that a DPS, a tank character, is
That
a
is,
little bit of both.
it's a little bit of both. He has the highest, is not the second highest or tied for the highest health of any DPS of any damage hero at 300 health.
Is there a thought that he's a bit overpowered right now, or is that
That is definitely a point for contention. Some people think he's not powerful enough, others want him to be more powerful, and some people think he's fine, just where
he's
he
fine, just the
is.
way he's at?
Hmm.
So, all right, we are just a moment away from starting the game. Lancaster Catholic coming into the lobby, as you can see. Pacific Wrist, and their team is in. So we are seconds away from going live on Route 66, and again, what's bound to be a good game. Now, Route 66 is known as what's known as an escort map.
Hmm.
Um, for new people joining the chat, um, what do we mean by an escort map
Well,
for like non-Overwatch players, like parents that are out there?
yes, the escort maps are primarily the attacking team just stands by this card to move it all the way to the end. The defending team wants to stop that card.
So it's almost like in like fantasy novels where like you have guards around a wagon that's going down trying to get it from point A to point B. This is really what's
Yeah.
happening here. You have guards trying to get there, and the opposing team, if you're on, I guess, defense, or is it offense? It's one of the two. Which the opposing team, either way, is the one that is trying to take it down and stop that and put it back to its point of
Yes.
origin if they can, right?
Yes, that is definitely one of my things. So that you
So,
won't. It is very rare that the cart will go all the way back because along the map there's going to be there's going to be two primary checkpoints before the final position you don't move it to.
right.
Each of those checkpoints, once you pass them, you cannot go past them. You cannot
Yeah.
go backwards past them.
So what comps do you expect? What do you expect to see out of Penn Manor Gold here today as they face off against the Knights in this game?
We'll most likely see a double shield comp known as Orisa Sigma, where one character can just really anchor, another one's more mobile and can move the shield around a lot
Who's going to be
easier.
playing the Orisa part?
I'm expecting to either see Crispy Craig or Akira on that.
All right, very good, very good. And so currently the game is being set up. We are again
Yes.
just moments away from the game going live. It looks like Lancaster Catholic is in the chat room, and so we are just going to again be waiting for that to happen. So we mentioned the Orisa Sigma matchup. What else do you expect to see Penn Manor kind of running in their team?
I'm not actually entirely sure. We could see a bit more of a Tracer kind of style, or maybe even a Junkrat, who's basically just a grenade launcher character.
Right. I guess one of the things that's so cool about the Penn Manor team, at least if we've been working with them, has been the fact that depending on who they're facing, they switch characters.
Hmm.
And that is essential when trying to successfully take over a match.
Yes.
So it's pretty central for that. Um, so I think that that's something that we that needs to be at least considered Again, communication between team. I think one of the challenges too that Gold has faced this season is the fact a lot of them have been used to playing solo, and we're now asking them to play as a team.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, most people here have been playing by themselves. I know I have. Isaac and Ikea, I believe they have been playing together.
Yeah.
So we shall see what happens.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
But we are just spectator. We only spectate our own team, right?
yes.
Sorry,
But
a little bit of discussion happening in
yes.
the back end here
No, I do
that I
think.
really don't need to
I
be a
think.
part of. So this is kind of what we're hoping to expect. And again, the challenge with bringing such individualistic players into a team is that they now have to learn to work together. So,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Just getting everything set up
all
before
right.
we
So
can
we are
begin.
just getting everything set up, and we should be ready to go in just seconds away. And we'll go from there.
Yes.
All right. Again, an exciting game. Escort, as far as escorts go, when you're transporting, going back to the escort map, as you're transporting like the vehicle to a certain point, you have to hit like 3 different points along the map, right?
Yes, you do.
And you have to do it by a certain amount of time.
Hmm.
And the shorter you can do it means that the next team has less time to do it. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. Actually, no, I misunderstood what you said there. Both teams will start with the standard 4 minutes. As they go on, each point will give them about 2 minutes 30 seconds per point. The last point you won't get anything, but that will be exactly where you stop. You'll have the max points for that round, and whatever time you had carries over the next round as your start time.
Yep. It looks like Lancaster Catholic is ready to go. So we again, as I said before, are seconds away, and we'll go there.
Here we go.
So, so we're hoping for teamwork.
Yes.
In the chat, Coach Lloyd, watching from home, having some other obligations at home.
Yes.
And yeah,
Some
well,
technical issues.
everything just
Crashed.
crashed. So we are getting back into the game. These things do happen every once in a while. Not sure what happened. Started and the stream on the computer we were streaming from crashed, so that's why we blacked out. But the game continued, and we're seeing we are currently on trying, I guess, on offense, trying to keep them from progressing. Is that what you say, the Blues offense here?
The full defense is definitely trying to stop. We actually are seeing similar groups of heroes from both teams. Both of them are running out of characters, as well as double shields.
Right.
Yes, but will look like the Lancaster Catholic will take the first point relatively easily, actually.
Right. So they do have the first point, but now that leaves us bound to stop them at this first point. So in your opinion, what's the hardest part of this map?
The hardest part with this map is primarily how there's only one main point you can travel between. Like whether it be the little main gate there, the side gate we're looking at right now. But it's not going too well for Penman, that is for sure. They're getting shredded by that Bastion, as we talked about.
So the Bastion, again, knowing how to counter Bastion.
That is
and it's hard to tell where their ults are. We aren't seeing the ult screen that we typically see here. So it's hard to see like how they're managing their ults, and ults again can make or break the game. As you said before.
Jerry with his ult is going to shred down. His ult just summons in basically a 7th player that just stands in one spot and lays heavy fire down. That Basher is causing major trouble for that man, honestly. One thing I am noticing is that it does seem like Catholic is not behind using many ults to win a small fight, honestly.
All right, so we'll see. what happens here. They're trying to stop before they get to the second point,
Yes.
but it looks like that is going to be happening very soon.
This is definitely interesting. That IQEA went and did that. A lot of them seem to be doing that. Which is definitely a little interesting. That's what I'm talking about. Just small little engagements. They use Gnault. Definitely more powerful ones from their main shield giver, Risa.
All right, so they cleave the second objective here,
Yes.
and we'll see what happens here.
Pet Manor has to stop that thing. It has to hold that for 5 minutes. So that
They're just kind of rolling through.
yes, it does seem that way. Pet Manor, like I said before, Pet Manor has been having a lot of trouble with this. Yeah. That was very good. That was very well done from Isaac. Getting good synergy between two ultimate abilities.
So it looks like they took down a bunch of the players here. Again, hard to tell who's alive.
It was surprising, actually. They only took down two with those moves, but the follow-up was really well done.
Right.
Bad guys, heads up.
So I'm sorry if you hear some background noise,
Yeah, well, so you can hear the team shouting in the background, maybe.
especially
These
IQEO.
these microphones don't pick it up too bad.
No, they didn't. I hope not.
So they're slowly moving this back, but again, Lancaster Catholic coming in strong, trying to take out Pet Manor
I
here.
think Lancaster Catholic pretty much just wasted an ultimate ability there with that Bastion, who just got absolutely destroyed in seconds, pretty
So
much.
right now, Pet Manor seems to be holding this somewhat. Akuyo getting quite excited here in the background, which you may or may not have. But they have the car. They have slowly moving backwards.
Yeah.
Again, they can only move it back to the beginning of point B, right?
Yes, they can. This is actually right now we're on point where it's mostly referred to as like point C-ish area.
Right.
This is kind of like a warehouse for a gang, I will say.
Right. So
Two
Isaac
miles.
and Akuyo taking some people down. And one guy took his own guy down, it looks like.
No, that was actually a different thing. The one healer known as Mercy, she has the ability to about every 20 seconds revive an opponent.
Oh, so that was actually reviving that person.
Yes, bringing them back to fight after, I believe it was Isaac took them down with an ultimate ability.
Right. So it looks like Pet Manor once again was able to hold them.
Yes.
And we have the...
So then you saw Kirio's ultimate there for a second. He just summons a robot that just has guns in the arm.
Right.
Very nice.
Pet Manor still having 2 minutes and 40 seconds that they have to hold off Catholic in the third.
Yes, but looks
round.
interesting.
Isaac just being eliminated.
Yeah. There goes that up again. They caught one person with that. And Akira falls down as well.
Oh, so that's not good.
No, that is not. That is another tank down. And the best bet at this point, honestly, is be for
6-player
as many
kill
characters as
streak.
possible for Pet Manor to escape. Wait for the... because that card does not move very fast.
So they have a little bit of time here, but they are kind of down some players, right? They're waiting for J Ryder to come back in.
There comes up with a Winston. He just goes angry and hits you around.
Right.
Yes, it looks like it's somewhat looking like Pet Manor will lose this first spot.
But again, there's still
Comes
the...
J Ryder with his ultimates. He's the last one alive.
right, and the only
There
one...
he goes. Pet Manor Pet Manor cannot fully stop him, but they did shave off about 4 minutes.
Right. So there's a minute 43 left. And so how important is the fact that they held them that long?
Basically, that means that if Pet Manor captures all 3 points again, they could very likely end up with more time on the second push.
Right. And if they beat the time,
Oh, and
here,
back in again. We didn't miss as much this time. We're just seeing who each group is picking for their picks.
looks like this time we see the alts.
Yes, we'll see a slight difference. The only real difference between these different, there it goes. Pet Manor is running a slightly different comp this time. This is who I was talking about. Who can really break that Bastion comp down. Known as Sombra. she basically can
They
run.
weren't running that the last time.
No, they
But
actually were not.
so is this something you run more like on when you are doing the escort, or is this something that works well when you're trying to keep the escort from progressing?
It's honestly, I'm honestly not really sure about that. You can see success on both sides.
Right.
Let's see what happens here, though. Yeah. Now, just talking about Sombra a bit more for you guys, for those in the chat who do not really know. So you can go invisible for my team, put down basically a teleportation exit for herself, and hack enemies as well. See, this is actually a much different setup for the Bastion comp up on this little area.
So what's this guy doing? So
He's
Isaac's
just
sneaking?
waiting and hacking one of them. So there's less of that, less to worry about.
Right. That's kind of important. There's actually
There goes Ikuyo again.
Ikuyu's down, but this is kind of a choke point here in this map.
Yes, it is.
Where teams you typically see on the top of the gas station, this team is like positioned across the way
Yes.
on a little alcove, kind of sits there right around the bend.
Sensor Akira will fall.
Right.
So right now, it's the best thing for Pen Manor is to regroup. And as you see, Ikuyo switching up to a Junkrat, the grenade launcher character. Let's see what we can do. One ult pretty much can basically destroy the strategy, and that is Isaac here. If he can get up his ultimate charge, he will launch, and he
So
will
the other
basically
team can't see that he's there. Is that
No, they
correct?
cannot. Unless he gets about very close or he deactivates that.
Right.
Yes. He was basically distracting there while Penner moved up. And there goes Craig. There goes Crispy Craig falling again to that Orisa, all that comp. Too much damage, way too much, too quickly.
2 minutes, a little bit over 2 minutes left for them to get through the first point. They are moving the payload forward, it looks like, but facing some serious heat as they come kind of in around that corner. Payload now stopped as they're kind of waiting to probably regroup there.
Yes. We do see what happened. It did appear that Lancaster Catholic used several ultimate abilities to move in that last fight to keep Penmare out, but we will see.
Yes, we will see what happens.
Currently,
here.
it's not looking very good for Pen Manor.
But we still have a minute 42 seconds for them to get to that first point, so it is possible.
I will say that's not very long, especially with Isaac once again falling.
Yes.
It takes 10 seconds when he spawn, probably another couple seconds for him to get that. Yes.
Right. Isaac once again back, invisible, working his way forward.
Does have that ultimate. If he can hack the entire enemy team at once. That is well placed. That's what we're talking about. Salad does not cancel the Bastion's ultimate ability. And they will take out 3.
So they took out 3, and that's good, and that moves the payload
But
forward.
Pen Manor looks like it might still get it, but no.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see here.
Only Kira's left. And
Yeah, so that's obviously hard. But they moved it closer. They're really close to hitting that point A here.
not
In fact, it says
Ikuyo here. He also has they have several good ults for the way the Catholic is playing. They're Catholic is playing very close together. Both of those have like a little spread where they can just hit many people at once.
so they're down to 30 seconds, so they have to make a move,
Yes, they
right,
have
to get that going.
now.
As the payload continues to be moved back. Catholic doing a very good job of countering anything that Pen Manor is
Oh, there
throwing.
goes a rock.
So 10 seconds left, so the best they can hope to is to maybe counter.
Well, it looks like we got it. Penner's got that, it seems. They just got killed at 1 Mercy, and they will take the first point, but they will have very little time to get to the second.
So the amount of time it took them to get here, it takes time away from the next section.
Now to get here, it will only give them enough. It doesn't give them as much as they had for this first point, but this point is definitely a lot easier to get to. Because Lancaster Catholic here, their main exit to this area is a very small point, very small doorway.
So Penn Manor trying to having just under 2 minutes to get the payload where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Payload is moving slowly forward, stopping every so often.
Yeah,
And we do have some people that are, well, being brought back to life, but also they continue to move forward. Penn Manor seems to be actually doing pretty good this round.
I do believe it also appears that Catholic switched off that composition they were running before, which held Penn Manor. Is that what they're running requires time to set up in a good position to get those shields up.
Right, so
Don't always
5-player
have that
kill
time.
streak, and that is for Isaac, so that's good for him.
Is pushing
And
on.
they continue. It looks like they will hit
Second point.
the second point.
Relatively good time.
Yeah, that is good time. That gives them a little bit more time to hit that third point.
They won't have. It's very unlikely they'll get the same amount of time as Catholic has right for their second push, but they could still get about a minute.
All right, so they are currently escorting. They have 2 minutes 20 seconds to get through this point, having a successful push through the first 2 points here. So what are we seeing different in the comp and the way Penn Manor's playing this time than what we saw the first time when they were trying to keep the payload fluid?
They're not running much more like mobile comps. They're not simply getting stayed on one section.
Oh, but they are getting rocked here. Looks a little bit.
A little bit, but I believe that Cass used about four ultimate abilities.
So this is
Penn
maybe
should have more of those the best abilities.
right.
You can see one there. That golden robot standing there is very powerful.
All right. And how long does that golden robot last?
I believe it lasts about 10 seconds or however long it takes for the enemies to kill it.
But that is that's good here.
Yes, and looks like Penn Manor will we get a lot closer.
Yep. So
Lancaster Catholic is down several players and might not have enough time.
so see, can they do that?
They just barely get back inside. But they have to hold this against.
So it's contested.
And Penn Manor takes down 2, 3 of them. They do not have much. There's the Resurrect back in. With
Isaac's taking.
Isaac and IQ deal
Wow, look at that.
very well.
15-player kill streak for them. Still contested, but they are literally less than 2 meters away from getting across, and they have 45 seconds to do it. Can they hold Catholic off?
We're not sure. Maybe. Oh, there's 2 left. And there it is. Penn
There it
Manor,
is.
1 minute exactly.
All right, so they split. Does this push it to a third game then?
No, they will actually keep playing this map until one of them is won.
Right.
Depends.
Now, so do they need to both go offense and defense again?
Yes, they both will go offense defense. I believe Penn Manor should start on offense.
All right.
So we'll see what
so
happens
this is
there.
a good thing that we see happening here. And we'll see how it comes out here in just a little bit. What did you like about the way Penn Manor was running in that last map, the last round?
In the last round, once they definitely found the groove after the Bastion switched off. That was not really a good thing for Penn Manor. That was just a mistake, a very big one on Catholic's part. Once that Bastion was gone, Penn Manor could move around very easily, just run in very mobile comp. Even once they got it back.
So why do you think
not stop
Catholic
it.
dropped Bastion? Why do you think Catholic dropped Bastion?
I believe that they probably thought it was like, oh, we can still hold it. We really don't have the time to set up in a good position.
Is Bastion hard to set up in this map?
Most of the time, actually, yes, because the main entrance into, like I said, for the second part, is a very small doorway, which Penn Manor could just trap them in with constant fire.
Right.
And kill Bastion even after, and it's up on a ledge, so you can't push it down.
So when you are escorting the thing, is it easier to set up Bastion on the escort thing itself?
It's not. It's usually easy because you get them first before the enemy really starts fighting, but it's very hard once the round gets in motion. We can actually hear once now that they are running the same comp as before.
So are they running Bastion this time?
Yes, they run the same comp, but Isaac getting an early pickoff of their Junkrats. So
that's
less
good.
shield rate. It will really help alleviate pressure for the shields.
Right.
Because Junkrat is another very good character to destroy those shields. And Bastion has also fallen, but they're getting that Resurrect maybe? No, and they did not get it. So that means Bastion is out. This fight looks
Bastion's
like
out. Well, that's good. That's good for
Penmare
them.
will
Nice
take
job.
this first point.
First point, and they're going to take it pretty quickly,
Yes.
it looks like.
But they will not get extra time. So if they leave the payloads, they will lose that round will stop. So they have to stay on it, or at least one person does. Let's see what happens. It's gonna shield.
So why can't they leave the payload? Because overtime will happen?
Overtime is active. That thing, when everyone's off the objective, it'll slowly drain off.
Right.
The
so
longer overtime is active, the quicker it falls off.
So
once
that
you
limits
stop.
Penn Manor a little bit of what they can be doing here in this match.
Yes. Ooh, and that's not good. The enemies are picking off the main healers for Penn Manor. And they are not getting it. Let's see what can happen. Ooh, and it is Jay Ryder that's the last one alive, and he will fall. Relatively good push. Penn Manor just has to stop them from getting that far.
So this is now let's keep the other team from going there.
Yes.
And do they have the same amount of time?
No, they actually, as you can see, Catholic actually has more time. They have an extra minute and 8 seconds.
Okay, and why is that?
That was their time they saved from the first round.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, that totally makes sense. Well, we'll see how well Penn Manor can handle stopping Catholic. This is where they struggled in the first game, stopping them from moving forward.
Yes.
But they do have less time. Catholic does have a little bit less time than the first game.
Yes, they have about 2 minutes less than the first original push, but even then, this is actually a very unorthodox composition for Penn Manor. We use a lot of those double shields. We don't really see a whole lot of that.
So what makes this unorthodox for you?
The main thing is we have not really done much practicing Bastion comps, and about the same thing for that. For Akuyo, he is using a character called Mei. She can create walls, seal herself off, and freeze opponents.
All right.
And this is very interesting.
So we're gonna see.
I don't think I've ever seen this at all.
Wow. So the Penn Manor team trying something new here to try and stop Catholic from accomplishing moving forward.
Yes, but there's drawbacks. Catholic will have natural cover advantage. So basically, Catholic only can get shot in this doorway in front.
Right, so this is coming up, and here they come for a thing,
Yes.
and Catholic, I guess, knows to kind of
Catholic
expect.
did not expect that, obviously. There's the wall, and Catholic has to move past. The main drawback is now it's going to be harder for Penn Manor to reposition. So if they lose this fight, they could reasonably lose the entire map.
So we'll see there. Oh, Akira
yeah,
and Jay
there.
Ryder and Isaac and Snacky J all going down.
All of
and
them
Crispy
down. That is
Craig.
a team. That's just about a team kill. Isaac is the last one. Akuyo is the last one alive. Stalling as long as possible with his teammates.
So what happened there? They stopped the payload. Stopped.
Yes. Basically, Akuyo, he activated his ability. He freezes, heals up, and is immune to all damage.
All right.
He can't get stunned or anything.
So it allows our team to regroup when that happens, right?
Yes.
So we're regrouping, and we see them here. And but they are kind of.
There goes the Bastion falling. He's getting resurrected, so that takes that ability out as well.
Right. So this is kind of good here, and Crispy Craig alive
fallen,
yet, but
but
down.
Bastion is down
Isaac
again.
Isaac is on. Bastion's down again, so no resurrection for Bastion this time.
Hopefully the Penn Manor can stall long enough, they will get everyone will come back, or everyone who isn't dead.
So they're still contested. They're stopping this from moving forward.
Once again,
but
is last, and that is and there's that first spot. They only have 30 seconds to make it.
So the other team only has 30 seconds.
Yes, they only have to push it as far as Penn Manor did, and they will win.
But they only have 20 seconds to do it.
Yes, but including overtime when they activate that.
Okay. So we'll see here. This is the magic point here. Can we stop them?
If that payload reaches the golden spot, Penn Manor will lose the map.
Right, so...
Happen.
Alright, so it has to be overtime here, and we'll see.
Overtime is activated. Oh, that is a very good ult from IQyo. That ult just freezes the entire area. Only 2 players left for Catholic. There, looks like Penn Manor is using every ult they have.
Oh, yeah, and why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, this is
try
the
and throw
end.
it. This is it.
But even with that, Pen Manor only has 3 people left.
Come on, Accused down. Come on, can we do it? Can we do
Yeah, we'll
it?
see.
Certainly,
Small
but they're
amount of
moving
time.
forward. Can they stop it? Pen Manor rushing to the spot. If they can stop it in
There
time.
might not be, nope, no, not enough time.
It's contested. Well, it's
Tested
not
by
there yet.
Kira.
Can they do it?
2 left.
Two
See
left,
what
yeah.
happens. There we go. Everyone's got extra shield.
So Ken is close. Everything's being here, but it's what do you think?
Only the healers are left there.
So
It looks
that's
like
not
Pen Manor
good.
will lose this.
Right.
I'm being
so
honest. They will most likely lose this. They have. If they can get a few kills or not.
wow, it is a tight game. They are so close. Lancaster Catholic so close to pulling this game off. It's just hanging there in overtime as Pen Manor comes back, but
Snag and Jay's fall, and they held it long enough for his teammates to get back.
so that's good.
Yes.
But Isaac's back down. Isaac's
Yes,
down.
but that is it.
That is
Wow,
it.
Very
so Pen
close.
Manor has been defeated,
For
but
round
we now
one.
get to choose the second map, right?
Yes. Let's see what happened.
Wow, but that was some tight playing.
Yes,
tight
it
playing
was.
from both teams here.
Yes, we shall see what happens.
Player of the game, Galaxy SCFN.
Yes.
Haha.
This last push.
Yeah,
very
so
close.
you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
So fantastic. So you'll see Catholic really doing a good job pushing out.
Yes.
Jay Ryder being the highest healing.
But
done in
definitely
the-
the main thing was that Bastion getting 64 kills.
And this is what we've been saying for both of our teams, gold and blue, is that you have to know how to counter and stop Bastion.
See
Yeah,
what happens
so
in the
that's-
next match, though.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
So we'll be right back in just a little bit with more Pen Manor Esports with Lancaster Catholic and Pen Manor Esports Gold. Now we are in the game, but we are not in the game. Us as streamers, but the regular group is in the team, and we are now in here
Yes.
and watching.
yes,
We're
definitely.
getting ready for the battle.
Definitely much different things we're seeing.
Right. So you see Kira, Jay Ryder, Akuyo, Isaac, Crispy Craig, Snacky J, Jared Braun sitting here with me to narrate the second part of this game. Having made the decision, Pen Manor Gold making the decision to hang on with Crispy Craig for this round.
And it's paused. Yes. There it goes.
All right, game paused because we were in God mode, and I think Catholic in particular didn't necessarily like that.
Yes.
So, a little bit of delay of game. We've had trouble with our streams crashing today. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. This is the first time we've had that sort of drop in a game from our end. So we did experience it during one game when we were playing the Pioneers from the Pioneers end, but we typically have not dropped out.
No, it's very interesting. There has been the times in and when Pen Manor goes on scrimmage that just our entire connection has failed for everyone in the room.
Yes, well, we did that yesterday. We had that flicker and happen, but it's typically not something that we do happen, and it really hasn't interrupted our stream as far as we can tell.
All right, pause is ending. We can get back to watching them finish that up. Definitely.
Okay, and we are now seeing through the IQ lens,
Yes. Interesting.
and we'll see if Pen Manor can actually defend Objective A. So they defend first, and then they ought to stop the escort. Is that kind of what
Yes.
happens?
It's basically a combination. Once Catholic captures that A point, they will be able to move that checkpoint. Then they got to move it.
So
And
what sort of comp is Pen Manor running to counter Catholic in
They
this?
are running relatively similar to what they ran last time with the 2 shields. The only real differences are those DPS. With Crispy Craig actually moving to DPS in that Reaper.
Okay.
We see Connor switching off a basic character second with rifles to a more melee focused character.
So Craig did have a lot of trouble staying alive the last round. We'll see if he can hold up and stay alive a little bit longer in this round. Again, a different type of map, so that also makes a difference. So it's
He is dead.
So that's good. That's good.
2 falling for Lancaster Catholic.
So they did a good job kind of protecting that point.
Yeah, it's very good, very well. They pretty much made Catholic waste almost an entire minute there.
So,
Very well done.
So it looks like what's happening here is they need they're healing well. This gives them time to heal up and kind of regroup as Catholic kind of themselves regroups and try to figure out a way to kind of counter what Penman
One
is
of the
doing.
other things I feel is Penman is definitely improving with like who's running what. You can see Akira here has moved off his previous character, letting Isaac take over that position.
Right.
Catholic flanking around.
Right. And contesting point, but it
But
looks
not
like
enough.
it looks like
Falling, most likely 7 fall.
yep. So it looks like Penman is holding it 4 down. The 10-player kill streak here. It looks like Penman was able to hold off once again.
That is very interesting. If you might have heard, but it sounded like Catholic wasted a very powerful ultimate ability as well. That can pretty much kill, in a few seconds, kill the entire Penman team.
Almost time.
So the thing that's alt management we talked about is so key in this, and when all is wasted, that can have a detrimental effect on the outcome.
Yes.
So we'll see. There's a testing point here, right? So that's
Not quite being able to pass that.
right.
Crispy Craig has also gotten his ultimate ability out.
Kuyu knocking out Izzy. So again, still contesting point.
But
Oh.
Penman are able to repel them again.
Oh, look at that. Oh. Hopefully you can't hear Kuyu in the background being a little bit toxic. Thankfully he's not in the chat and in the game here. But this does make it a bit more difficult with 36 seconds for Catholic. So this is their last push in a lot of ways.
Most likely, yes.
So they're going to come through. And it's important. We see Crispy Craig with his ult up. How important is the ult that Craig has?
That is a very powerful if used correctly, but it can very easily be canceled. He pretty much just spins in a circle.
Oh, that's right. I remember that all. But look at that. They've taken down quite a few, and it looks like it's going to be a good time unless they keep it contesting. So it's overtime here.
It looks like Penman might be able to hold them.
Assuming they can eliminate this guy
And
here.
that looks possibly like an end. It's a 3-on-2 though. So
3 and 2, so it really depends on how they play that out. But Isaac is alive. Isaac being a Dynamite player. Akuyo taking out one of their players. And will that be the game? We'll see. They're staying alive barely.
Still alive. But their tank and healer are down. And that is
Oh, and that
That
is
is a
beautiful.
little loud.
Beautiful for Penn Manor here. Pulling it out. Round 1 is complete.
Yes.
With them holding Catholic to not even capturing the first objective.
No.
So
Hopefully you do not hear
basically-
anyone in the background.
Yeah, so basically Penn Manor, what they need to do is they just need to capture the objective and they win.
Not even that. They only have to capture 33%
Well,
of the
so that's-
objective.
That seems small, but
It is
that's how it goes. It
depend-
really depends on how well
Yes.
Catholic can defend that first point.
Yes, we shall see what happens. But
Yeah.
the main thing is if Penn Manor just can somehow sneak behind Catholic and Catholic does not respond fast enough, Penn Manor could just capture without any real contesting.
Yeah, so we'll see. By the way, Mr. Lloyd in the chat is asking for a little bit more Akuya. We'll see if our cameraman
Yes.
will try
try.
to focus a little bit
It's
more.
too
in
hard
Connor
to
here.
focus. It's
Yeah,
impossible
we'll
to
see.
follow.
We'll see what happens.
The world.
Of course, Akuya's just standing there. He's not that interesting to watch.
Not
I'd
right
say
now.
let's skip. Let's go to someone else. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't really matter. But so we are going here. We are trying to take down the first point and just getting a third of the way.
Yes, we shall see what happens. I definitely feel like it was a good idea to switch Crispy Craig off of his
So
Tag
whatever
onto the
Penn Manor did really worked.
Yes. They and also they communicate. I feel like they communicated very well in this past one.
And you heard that, them dialoguing
I
back and
heard
forth
that.
the last game. You guys can't hear the chat, but it's definitely there.
Oh, Blizzard has cursed us. That happened to everybody. So that game has been shut down for the time being.
Blizzard disconnected. It said Blizzard disconnected. It was the message we got.
Yes. We will figure that out. We need to set all that back up.
So we will be right back in just a moment when we figure out what happened.
Yes.
Blizzard, it looks like, kicked us off. We are back. Penn Manor Esports Gold facing off against Catholic. There was a drop in the game after Penn Manor had taken that held them to that first point.
Yes,
We're now restarting the game. The game
Yes.
was not paused, and nor were we able really to request a pause
No, it was physically impossible to request
because
a
we are
pause.
totally out of the game. So no
Yes.
pause was done. So we are now spectating again, and we'll see if Penn Manor can duplicate what had happened.
As much as I say it, it's very not likely because Catholic will somewhat know what to expect.
Right. Then so they will try to counter what Penn Manor was doing.
Yes. It's probably a good thing we muted those mics because nobody was very happy about that.
Now, there was one of the things with esports, high school esports, you really have to watch even professional esports is stay out of the chat.
Yeah.
Chat gets a bit toxic, especially as tempers get heated. There's no real reason why it seems accidental or a glitch in the system that
Yes.
Overwatch disconnect. You saw the Overwatch disconnect screen, so we'll see what happens here. So can Penn Manor replicate what they did before? Here we are hoping.
Shall see what happens. I'm actually wondering where Ikuyo is.
Oh yeah, well, so you do not see him. There he is.
There.
Oh, we don't.
Oh, he's doing
there
the same
he is.
thing.
He's just hanging out. So he's climbing across the roofs
Yes.
and then coming in here
Yes.
from the
Nice. Yes. We could see that
So-
Catholic is running a very different strategy here.
end. Yeah,
They've switched out what they were running before for a different setup.
but it still looks like Penn Manor's doing a decent job holding him back.
Very early though. That's the main thing.
And yeah, I mean, still 3
Two tests. Penn Manor will stop it. 3 kills.
3 kills.
Right
So
now they're just
fantastic.
at this point they're just staggering them. So each.
Did you snapshot it? Good chat. Yeah. So when something like this happens here in competitive matches, you have to agree to the restart. There's ways to pause the game, and but it's moving forward. Catholic agreeing to restart the match, and seemingly wanting it to be a fair fight. And we see Penn Manor seemingly holding him off here in this first round. Again, early, 2:40 out. There's a lot of time on the clock.
When you think about it, in the previous attempts, Ellis actually had less time on their. I mean, not Ellis. Catholic had much less time for this on their second push.
All right.
It looks like Penn might be able to do it again.
They
2 down.
hold off. Snacky J coming in for a kill.
Yes. Along with Craig and Isaac cleaning them up.
Look at that. And they are taking down LS. I said LS, not LS.
Ellis, I got you
Catholic.
doing it now.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot, Braun.
Yeah.
For ruining my chat here.
Yes.
So, all right. So Lancaster Catholic here as we go.
Yes. We shall see what happens.
All right. So here we are. Penn Manor again seeming to hold them. But again, minute 50 seconds. Plenty of time here. We're looking at the screen from Isaac's point of view.
And there's Ikuyo back again.
This is a comp.
And there falls. But let's see what happens.
All right. Jay Ryder.
And there falls another one.
Ikuyo and Akira holding him. Oh, Akira's down.
Yes. We'll see
I
what
don't
happens
know,
with
will they do
Akio.
it? Oh,
Oh.
Isaac holding. Now
But there's
Kuyo
only.
is down.
Yes. It's
Isaac's
only.
still alive.
It's a 2-on-1.
It's a 2-on-1.
And there it
Isaac,
goes.
there we go.
That.
So they held. Nice job by Penn Manor
Very
holding
well
them here.
done.
Allows Penn Manor to regroup and come back.
Shh.
This is kind of that was a pretty key moment for Penn Manor.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Does seem that everyone from Penn Manor is back again. You can actually see Akio up there in that little hallway.
Right. So is he trying to snipe him from that vantage
Nope,
point?
he's flanking very hard.
He's flanking, and that's important. Trapping in between it. Penn Manor taking down 2 of the team, 3 of the team down, 4 of the team down.
5. 1 left.
1 left, and yeah, well.
If they kill him, it will be a very good kill. Because each hero, once they die, they have to wait 10 seconds just to respawn, and most likely be another 10 to get back to the little choke
Right.
area.
So LS, 25 seconds to actually do. This is
Yeah.
the last push if they can get in there at all. Penn Manor, of course, doing their best to hold and stop them because 16 seconds left in the clock. And we'll see what happens here. 5-player kill streak. They took 3, 4, 5. Nice job.
It looks like Penn Manor will full hold again.
Yes.
There will not even be an overtime.
Not
for
even
this.
overtime. Very nice. And they are stoked.
They are very
replicated what
loud.
they did the first time.
A little loud.
Oh, they are
I will be
stoked.
I will go talk to them about that.
Yeah, so they are very stoked, very happy about that win. But pulling it off once again. So we are assembling their heroes. We're getting ready for the next round. This time, Penn Manor just needs to get it up to a third. And so that seems pretty key here. So, special thanks to Jared Clark, who's moderating the screen and guiding the camera through this entire match. You could hear the excitement of Penn Manor bleeding through the back. Totally stoked that they actually were able to do that again.
A second time.
So can Penn Manor get to a third? We'll see. They're playing very well this match.
Yes.
It'll push it into a third game, though, if it does.
We'll say one of our JV varsity players, one of our JV players, his mother is in chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Caden's proud mama's there. Right. She's
a dedicated fan.
Penn Manor. Supporting Penn Manor. And that's what you want. Special thanks goes out to Caden's proud mom,
Yes.
who's in the chat.
See if Penn Manor. Once again, Penn Manor just has to capture 33% of that point. We
I just
should
want you to-
expect to see a Catholic actually pretty much standing on that point for their
And
defense.
trying to keep it. By the way, a shout out to Caden's proud mom. Caden's doing very well right now in American Lit. So I just wanted to let you know that. He's keeping on top of his work, all right?
Yes.
Anyways. Okay, all right, well, maybe she's muting me. Yeah.
All right.
Muted. So they are
Let's focus back on this.
focused back on the game here.
Yes.
Penn Manor coming up to point.
Yes. And IQEO actually getting picked off relatively early.
Yeah, that is early, but the rest of them still alive here, at least momentarily. Jay Ryder coming in. And again, can they take it down? Both sides kind of holding themselves.
Doing this
So what does Penn Manor have to do to take this point?
All
in
they
your
have
opinion?
to do, that little yellow triangle at the top, just have to get it to that point and they will win this match.
So how do they counter what Catholic's doing right now? They took down one of Catholic's player, but there's still plenty of Catholic players around.
But there's the main healer. That is almost
that's
guaranteed
her.
death sentence.
So this is good for them.
IQEO
Oh, look
popping
at that. Oh, that's beautiful.
That
It'll
is
be
a
a win.
team
It'll be a
kill.
win. And there we are.
And that is the
Penn
game.
Manor taking round 2. Congrats to PM Gold.
Yes.
What a well-played map.
Yes.
How beautiful was it to see them hold off
Once
Catholic
again.
in that way. Ukuyu taking player of the game here. We will chat with him after the third game because there's still one more game to go.
At least. That's the main thing.
One more game to go.
I'm trying to remember. Third map is a capture, isn't it?
It might be. We'll find out
We will
in
figure
just a
that out.
second. Look at that. All 4 players being solidly Penn Manor. with Akuyo
Yes.
being top there. So now that
Yes.
Penn Manor won, what we're going to see is that Catholic now gets to choose the next map, and we'll
Yes.
see what that map is
Yeah.
in just a second. So what was
Alright.
key to Penn Manor pulling off that match? I mean, they played so well.
Oh yes, the switch up I believe was definitely a major factor in that.
So they switched characters, switched who they were playing, what they were playing, and
Yes.
it was just dynamite.
Yes. Definitely feel like some people in there definitely work better on different stuff. As you saw in the first match, Crispy Craig was dying, seemed to be falling down a lot,
Yeah, but they seem
struggling.
to this match. So we'll see. I mean, how much is the way they play is map dependent,
Yes.
and so will the map that they choose be map dependent? We'll find out how that will impact Penn Manor's play here.
Yes, we shall see.
Yeah, so we'll be right back in just a moment, and we'll be right back.
My first name is Jeriel. I'm from Lancaster. I've been born here.
Welcome back to Penn Manor Gold. I'm Scott Herzog,
Jared Braun.
and we are on the Hanamura map. Tell me a little bit about this map.
Well, this app has in the past seemed to be a very big problem for Penn Manor, especially with some of the compositions that have run by other teams. This map, at least on defense, I expect to see like a Lancaster Catholic using that Bastion comp they used in the first game.
So is this map good for Bastion, is what you're saying?
Yeah, mostly yes. It's very hard to reposition, but once you get in a good position, it is very hard to get them out.
So it's going to be important from Penn Manor to keep them from getting in that
Yes.
good position.
Especially on defense. But right now, we got to worry about their attack.
This is a very exciting time. This is third match, and the second match being incredible for Penn Manor. Obviously not so much for Catholic, but we'll see if Penn Manor can hold it off.
Yes, Penn Manor seems to be running not a very often used comp. The double shields with the LionHeart instead of the Orisa. LionHeart, unlike Orisa's melee hero, charge that. See what happens. Crispy
Clay
Craig
falls
early,
again, but Akira
but yes.
taking down Spicy Saber.
So that's a tank for DPS. Main thing is that tank will get back before Craig. Crispy Craig does.
So that's a little bit of a problem here.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
We'll
Akira in
see.
a very good position. Seems. Just
All right, so this obviously
there
is one of
falls
the big.
another one.
This is one of the big choke points
Oh yeah.
coming into this. If they can keep them, if they can hold them here, they really are.
Yeah. Because this, for most characters, this is the only way in. You have to pass risk one unless you get. And there goes. Oh, Akuyo falling in the back. Not very.
Not very good, but still five alive. But they got to hold them back past the
Yes.
store. They can't let them get past the store here.
Especially with them.
So, and they're through, and they are through, but
Yes, they're
can
through,
they hold
but
them?
there goes another Lex Path play.
So we'll see a Spicy Saber being down, but they are in, and so we'll see using the wall for cover here, trying to eliminate, and Crispy Craig and Akira also coming down. Oh, they are.
Three or four left alive.
Can the rest make it back? But they still are keeping it. It's contested, so they aren't moving it back. We'll see. Can Penn Manor hold them off? We will see. Kuyo taking one down, and so eliminate down.
The main problem is LS. Pretty much every character, every person is back now.
Oh, but look, we take down two
Yeah.
players from
Maybe
Lancaster
third.
Catholic, not LS. Come on, you're gonna confuse me again.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Gonna confuse me again.
It's LC and LS.
Yeah, LC. Yeah, what's one letter, right?
One
Changes
letter
everything.
difference.
Isaac taking down someone here. They again have held them to the door with 1:40 left.
Yes.
So we'll see. And Akira's ult up.
We shall see what happens.
So we'll see what happens.
Kira's ultimate with
Isaac's ult's up. So
yes.
this is look, we're going cycling through the ults. Akuyo not there yet.
Only the tanks, it seems.
But J Rider has an ult that's almost live. We'll see.
Almost up there, about very little to go. A very interesting switch up there. take the more.
Oh, look at that great hold by Pen Manor there.
Oh, that is not good.
Isaac down, but Akuyo taking him down, and then
Akuyo
Akuyo
falling
being
himself.
falling. So it looks like regrouping from both teams here
Yes, the
as they
main
come
thing
back.
though was Isaac will take a lot longer to get back. He cannot move. He has no
Years
movement.
back. So this is important. With 44 seconds, it's pretty crucial for Pen Manor to hold them at this point.
It'll be very interesting if they're two full. But it looks like that will not happen.
So yeah, so they're coming in.
Three
People down, right? Oh, does not
that
look, and they will take at least
all
the
of-
first.
Almost all the matter.
But the
But there
point
goes
is,
Isaac taking out a healer.
that is
very
good, right? Isaac and Kuyo having some major
There
kills
goes
here.
Isaac and IQ. They're both.
They're
yeah.
both down, so they looks like they will take this point.
Yes,
right?
they will. They'll get about, like I said before, they'll get about 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Right.
And the commander has a bit longer to set up their defense.
And at objective B. How hard in this map? How hard is it to defend objective B?
Objective B is actually easier to defend than the first one is.
So this gives Pen Manor maybe a little bit of
Yes.
advantage to come in here.
Yeah, and as you can see, the three entrances, they are very small doorways.
Right.
And even the side entrances, doorways are about.
So that doesn't give the team a lot of room, the opposing team a lot of room to shoot through, right?
Yes, but it also makes the opposing team. It also means Pen Manor has a lot less room to shoot. Even with IQ, he will fall after taking out a healer. But the other thing is now Pen Manor will spawn quickly.
All right, but it looks like they've contested the point, and they are taking down, but it looks like Isaac is still alive in this match,
Yes.
and they just eliminated, it looks like their final one.
Yes.
Wow, Isaac being quite heated here in the background, but right now Pen Manor holding here, 2 minutes left in the round. We'll see if Pen Manor can hold them. 2 minutes gives you what, about 3 good pushes coming in, or 4 pushes?
Nice. I say about 3 on a bad day, maybe 4 or 5 on a really bad one.
Well, and yeah, 4 on a bad day for Pen Manor, right? So if they can, hopefully they can hold them so that they do not.
That's the main thing.
Oh,
for-
Snacky J Akuyo. Oh, look, they took down 3. Oh, but Akuyo and J Ryder also falling, but we still have some people that are alive here. And it's contesting. Oh,
Crispy Craig also has his ult up. He's using that, taking out 2 people down, and that will stop that.
that will stop that. They
Very
kept
well.
it from getting to that
Yeah.
third point. That was a key stop for
Oh
Pen
yes, definitely. Especially with the time it'll take for them to get back. I reckon at max 2 pushes to come.
So this will allow Pen Manor to regroup, get ready.
Yes.
They've used one ult. We see J Ryder's ult creeping up here
yes.
at 84%.
They also,
And
but they
we have
do
Isaac,
have
Snacky J with
Isaac's
3 ults.
Isaac Akira's and Snacky J's all up.
Oh,
Definitely
this is
interesting.
beautiful. We'll see what happens here.
I will say, just for those who are not entirely sure, Snacky J's all basically gives the entire friendly team about 400 health extra.
So that ult just flew there, right?
Yes.
And they're dropping him down here. Oh, look at that. And a kill. So it looks like they are containing Catholic at least a little bit. Crispy Craig now falling. Isaac taking out. Kuyo taking out. And it looks like they are going to be able to hold.
Yes.
Is that it for Catholic, or do they have a chance with the contesting?
There is a small chance, especially with that Doomfist they had. He could make it back. In
So
4
they got to
seconds.
keep them from getting into this area, right? 5 seconds left.
Yes.
And
Nope. No overtime either.
No overtime either.
So
Good
close.
hold. Good
Yes.
hold by Pen Manor there at the very end.
It was very close.
It was close. It could have been.
Yes, I reckon
So
that-
now all the Pen Manor needs to do is take that first objective and get a third on the other one, right?
Yes, that is it.
So wow, what a play. What a
was
hold
very
by
well
Pen
done.
Manor. And really what a good hold for Pen Manor even at the first point.
Yes. See what-
Now, does the length of time that they held that first point have any bearing on the way the
It
next game?
definitely did, because they almost took Catholic out of all their time on the first point. But that in turn meant Catholic had less time to push on that second one. which took a lot of pressure off Penn Manor because they didn't have to worry about as much time.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Wow, what a great game.
Yes.
An intense game
Mhm.
by Catholic. Catholic
Yes.
delivering Penn Manor, making Penn Manor bring their A game
Yeah.
to this match. Now it's Penn Manor's turn
Yeah,
to
this is
try and get in and take that first
This is,
point.
I will say this is another very interesting use, because we usually don't see a lot from Pamera. A lot of that play that Akuyo is doing. He is using a character in Symmetro. She can basically throw sentry turrets around and teleport the entire team, like about every 15 seconds,
Right.
if
So
she
how
wanted to.
beneficial is that?
It is actually very good because Penn Manor, if they want to, they can teleport straight onto that point and basically switch who's on offense and defense. And with Crispy Craig once again going that Reaper, he will be very well at holding that point, holding the corridors into point.
So we will see if Penn Manor can do it and make it past the first point.
Yeah, let's see.
So they obviously set up the same spot again. This choke point is a really mean choke point.
Yes, it is.
Difficult to get back.
And once again, Lancaster Catholic once again doing that Bastion combo. It has been very hard for Chimera to break that fast.
And I think it's hard in general for our teams to face the Bastion comp
Yes,
here.
there's that teleporter coming up.
Right, coming in, but it
Entire
gets
team.
them past into the main objective.
LS,
still.
I mean, Lancaster Catholic and the Bastion has
look at
fallen.
that. Bastion's fallen, that's key.
Yes,
Kira
that
taking
is.
down Isaac, taking down Isaac.
And that is
and
the
it
first
almost
point
in.
capture.
And almost, an entire team kill. Look at that, capturing the point.
Penn Manor will
This
have
is
value.
going to be fantastic. Doing it much quicker than Lancaster Catholic was.
Yes.
So they have it. They have the first point, and this gives them 6 minutes. 6 minutes to accomplish this. That's like an eternity in Overwatch.
Yes, it is. If Penn Manor does very well, they could stop this, do one push. The thing is, they only. It looks like Penn Manor might get it.
It looks like they will get it.
I think.
Will they get it? Well, it's contested. They aren't out of the woods yet.
Not
Ikuyo
quite
taking
yet.
down
There's one
Spicy
left.
Saber. Ikuyo taking down Wizzy.
But
WZY. Oh, Akira Isaac. Pacific, can they do it?
That will be
And
all.
that's the game. Penn Manor Gold has won
A comeback
this
victory.
game. It is, you can hear the excitement
Very well.
coming through.
We can hear it.
What
I think I have
excitement.
gone deaf.
And Akira
Once
being
again.
player of the game.
Again.
We will make sure that we chat with Akira and Ikuyo, who are
This
players
was-
of the game.
This was definitely an amazing play. Just
Look
being
at-
able to take out that Bastion instantly.
Again, learning how to manage Bastion core
Yeah.
to their team play.
Yes. There's also a thing with like ooh, that is definitely interesting. Seems like Catholic kind of just left. It's not the best.
Yeah, so they didn't entirely drop out.
They didn't drop out. They still lost, but they just left the match.
All right,
Yes,
all
I will
right.
also say.
Well, we'll be back
Very
in
good.
just a moment. We're gonna chat with Ikuyo and with Akira a little bit about what happened.
Yep.
Wow, yeah. All right, welcome back to Penn Manor Sports Gold. My name is Scott Herzog. I'm sitting with Jeriel, who plays the character Akira. Welcome to the feed.
Hello.
how thrilling and exciting was that last match?
I mean, I'm kind of shaking a little bit right now. I have a lot of adrenaline. But
There's no doubt that adrenaline has to be pumping through you. You had that great move. Managing Bastion was core, especially in that last match.
okay, that was not okay. That Bastion, that wasn't from my skill. He should. Okay, we teleported in left side. I guess he didn't know that. And I mean, we teleported in our right side, their left side. I guess he didn't know that. He wasn't looking at us. And if I just held my shield there, we probably would have been able to push through and then kill him anyway. But he wasn't looking, so I was able to just pin him and charge him.
Yes. So what was key for you being player of the game? Was it that Bastion kill? Was kind of
Yeah, it was pretty much like it was being able to like, get the Bastion. Because if that didn't happen, he can kill anyone like a second or two.
Right.
So
You lost the first match. You altered comp. People began to play different roles, and that seemed to really work for you both in the second and the third map.
I think it wasn't like that much. Well, we put Isaac on tank, and I guess me and Isaac have really good synergy. We play pretty well together.
All right. Very good. Well, we're going to have Connor come in here in just a second, just to chat a little bit about his role in here. Hey, Jared, can you tell Nick I want a team picture of gold? Yep. Yep. All right, so we're sitting down here with Connor, who plays a Kuyo. Welcome, Connor.
Hello, welcome.
So tell me a little bit, how crazy were those last two maps you guys played?
Uh,
You were hyped.
that was wild. This was our last game, so we needed to win this to get to the playoffs.
Right.
So it was a pretty intense match to begin with. And after the first loss, it was kind of upsetting because, I mean, I got a three-man blizzard. We were winning the fight. We were up a lot, and then their Doom just kind of cleaned us up. Not enough team coordination there. Um, but then we kind of got our stuff together on Eichenwald and full held, and that was pretty good for us. Me and our main tank, me and Arissa were able to do the pool combos, and we were killing it.
And it's why you guys were players of the game in a lot of
Yeah,
ways. I love that Eichenwald. You held them to not even getting anything in that first thing, and
exactly.
all
Yeah,
you needed was to get a third, and boom, you had it. It
yeah.
was exciting to
It was a
watch.
fun game. Yeah,
And even though there was a hiccup, we had to restart the game. You managed to
we still
replicate
did
it.
it. We did it again.
How hard is it to replicate something like that twice in a row?
I mean, it's so much more difficult because they know what you're coming out with,
Right. No
and
surprises for them.
exactly they know I'm on Doom, so they're just gonna run a Somber, right? Because Somber counters Doom, and we ended up still playing around it. We changed some things up with our pools and where we did it. We waited for them to go through bridge, so I couldn't get stunned, and then we are able to just replicate the formula again and get the win.
That was fantastic. Well, congratulations, you
Yeah,
guys,
thank
on
you.
your win. And this was perhaps the most exciting game all
Yeah,
season.
definitely.
And I was just excited to have you there.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for joining
Thanks for
us.
having
Thank
me.
you for joining us in PM Gold Chat. And we will see you here in probably a few weeks. So I want a team picture. I know.